Okay. So. So I know I thought I'd be doing a third part of this video series. Yeah, it's become a small series of its own, so what? With that out of the way, let's go some more bits and pieces, shall we, considering we've got that much to cover. So I've seen the comments, I've seen the bigotry, and I've also seen all such misinformation it's making my head spin. So for the sake of shutting down one thing that keeps getting talked about, let's end that here. I got a Facebook message from RE3, who is supposed to be the project lead. I will leave all the conversation here to pause the video and read, but the one I want to highlight is the following. In all Robin's videos, you see some of the assets and textures that were removed from the latest version. That's false, there are assets still in use, I'll explain a bit more about that in a minute. Only a few fell texture still in game now, and we're removing the next version. Broken translation aside, so I want me to drop the microphone now. They have admitted using my assets. Yes, I think I will. I said this from day one when I saw this, and I was told I was bullshitting, I was lying. Guess what? I wasn't. But this conversation is wrong too, so let me even go deeper than this. RE3 claims that none of their artists passed on this work as Capcom's and not mine. No, RE3, you have always had access to these assets. Let me show you what I mean. Here is your YouTube account. This is your original version of this project. Are we noticing something here? Oh, those are my assets, minus the dual model enemies, potentially lack of enemies. The rooms are the very assets I built in 2017, but let's go even deeper than that. I will put the link in the description, but here is a nice screenshot for you. So you will see, wait, is that me commenting? And is that me passing the link on to other people so they can use it? And is that you, RE3, saying you will credit me for my asset use? Why didn't that happen? Don't lie about some artist passing the work on to you when you also yourself had these assets and were using them. And let's see this little nugget of info. So this was his response when someone asked about these videos of mine. Yeah, famous off your work when you are clearly still and have used my work to get your 15 minutes of fame. So yes, this is how these fans, and I say that lightly, operate. Shall we see what old Robin is doing? Oh dear. Still being racist, still attacking my blocky work, which means he's also attacking Capcom's original work. I already mentioned this previously in stream, showing it in fact. There is people asking me how our work can be similar because that could happen, right? No, it can't. I have a set of internal tools for my Team 96 days that never got publicly released. So this allows me to create assets between 95 to 99% accuracy. Robin doesn't have those tools, so how can they be similar, you ask? I already showed that above and through it all, because this is on script. I've shown it through the video because the assets in question are mine, no matter what way you try to spin this story you're trying to fucking bloody pull on people. He mentions PS5 development and all that stuff, claiming to be professional on the subject when comparing my work to his. Yeah, he isn't that. I will leave that for a live stream, no. I would rather go over that on a professional level than a keyboard-based one, to be honest. There is this little amount of bickering that's been happening, and I've acquired that from anonymous sources, so I'm not going to name people because that's the sort of person I am. Here it is in their glory. Shall I begin with tearing this down? This is not their said. He thinks he owns Capcom. No, I don't. But could you explain to me how good old Robin posted this about you apparently working with Capcom when all that's bullshit? Then he claimed the devs to give him a credit for using his models and textures. We remodeled the textures just like the original game, using 1 or 2 textures from him, and he's freaking out. But to finish, we already removed their textures to replace them with your own. No, you haven't literally said that. You've literally said that yourselves before. My textures and assets are still in use. Why didn't he give him credits? Because he never asked for them initially. You said you were going to credit me yourselves, and then didn't you? He made several videos slandering us and cursing us while asking us to tell him where his assets were when they were free to use. But wrong, the assets had been pulled by that time. The only way that you could have access to those is if you'd already had them and were already using them. When I pointed out my assets in use and you denied they were mine, this is when this all started to go downhill. You all got yourselves to blame for this. We didn't use them, we decided to only use freebies textures. Lies again. Whatever helps to spin your narrative though, right? He decided to come and spread his hate, saying that our project is garbage, that we were charging for this project. There is a video that has gone private, one that had links for donations, and you were asking for them to carry on this project. Yes, you did ask for money, and no, you shouldn't have. You don't own the IP. When our videos started to go viral, he decided to delete everything he had published on the 3D platforms and started 8 months ago to make videos to harass and accuse us. He doesn't want to want us to give him credit. He wants fame for something he didn't do, and unfortunately that's not going to happen. I didn't delete anything, it was a joint decision our end. Again, I'll explain more about that on a live stream. Fame for something I didn't do. When people like Wolf DNC are pointing things out I have, and you attack that video the same way you attack mine, who comes off not only as petty, but wants more fame and ego than anyone else. For 4 going on 5 years I've created these assets you stole. They were for the community to use, and this isn't going to happen now because of your behaviour. I spoke directly with him, but he doesn't want to chat in any of his social networks. Funny, because that's exactly what I do with your so-called project lead. More bullshitting me thinks since he's the only one that's reached out to me. Stop trying to bullshit people. All in all, I have a feeling this is even going to be the last video. Hell, who knows what will or potentially happen in part 4, if it is a part 4. All in all, this shows that yes, without a shadow of a doubt, they have used and have still got my assets in use. There are people seen through these lies, and now that the truth is coming out, we will see just how nasty these people can be. Would you really want these kind of people representing your country? I sure as hell wouldn't, and I've seen many who don't want that either. They're trying their best to try and make me look like the bad person here. But I'm not being racist. I'm not going after videos that are exposing their lies like they are. I'm just doing what I set out to do with these videos, and that is tell the truth. And in some way, this is shown in this video. Oh, and Robin, don't dredge up the past. It's not even within this context. Seriously, stop bringing this all up and stop being a racist piece of shit.